Hi, my name is Chris and I'm with Magoosh, and today I'm going to talk about an important strategy for the verbal section. Now, maybe you've already taken the revised GRE or you're planning on taking it, but you probably well know that there is a long reading passage on each verbal section. That long verbal passage is usually in the middle, right after your brain has been taxed with this really difficult 8 sentence, or well, probably more like 6 sentence text completions. And so now all of a sudden you're reading about some arcane, esoteric subject that no one beyond perhaps 0.01% of the world knows anything about. And you have to sift through dense material in order to answer difficult questions. By the time you're finished with this passage, you may well have very little time left to focus on the rest of the test. Now you may say, yep, that's why the GRE is evil, we can't do anything about it. But no, you're actually wrong. You can do something about it. You can skip. That's right, you can skip the passage entirely. Well, I want to come back to it. But at first, skip the passage entirely because you want to save your brain juices for the shorter questions. You get the sentence equivalents, they're only a sentence long. Pick 2 synonyms. The thing is, after your brain has been drained by this really difficult reading passage, it's tougher to get some of the easier questions right. Now, of course, I'm not saying that all sentence equivalence questions are easy. They're not. But you'll be able to better focus on those questions if you skip the reading passage, the long reading passage, and come back to it only after you've done the rest of the verbal section. Now, if you haven't taken the revised GRE, it's really easy to scroll back to questions. So don't think, oh no, I skipped it and it's lost somewhere in the question sphere. It's not, it's right there. You remember that you skipped questions 9 through 14 that dealt with the difficult, long reading passage. And as soon as you're done with the entire test, come back to it and see how many questions you can get right. Now the logic beyond not just fatiguing your brain so it can't focus on the sentence equivalents and shorter reading passages is that each question is worth the same. So that except question that you spend 3 minutes pulling your hair out trying to get on the reading comp question passage is worth the same amount as that short sentence equivalents with 2 easy synonyms on it. So remember, yes, it's a necessary evil that there's a long reading passage on the GRE, but you can always skip it and come back to it when you're done with all the other questions.